on, can you hear me? Is it good? Hi, everyone. Welcome to the after lunchtime. My name is Justin Schneck. I'm the head of product at Peridio, and I'm here to be able to talk to you today about Avocado Linux and what we're doing and what inspired it as well. We are on the cusp as an industry of one of the greatest revolutions that we've seen, and that is physical AI. But in order for this market to actually start to take off, we need to be able to see more commoditized solutions that can help de-risk a lot of the areas that are involved in creating some of the most complicated physical embedded devices that we've seen to date. We've already started to see this be adopted into a variety of different industries. Physical AI is necessary in order to be able to create technologies that were once before no longer imaginable. Our world is dynamic, it's changing, it's constantly being introduced with different variables, and so the static ways that we would approach being able to program things with just logic alone is no longer going to be sustainable as we move forward with this dynamic world. We see this in a variety of industries, from industrial to consumer electronics, and including manufacturing as well. Anywhere where a camera would make sense to be able to do some vision processing. But the big problem is that the software just hasn't really kept up. Integrators are seeing that solution offerings that are available come in two flavors. You're usually left with having to have the fullest stack of solutions, which is using something like Yocto. That can be extremely complex to be able to get up and running quickly, but does set you up for long-term success, or reaching for desktop solutions like Ubuntu or Debian. And while those might feel friendly up front, they're arguably not good for building sustainable products in scale. And so what do we do about this? Well, usually the expectations don't meet reality. We see that people want a developer-friendly experience, but they don't want to be stuck having to manage a bunch of servers in a distributed architecture. And what we see from silicon manufacturers as well is that in order to offer the last mile of solution to them, they just paper over with these things, with making it so that Ubuntu or Debian would be what's offered as part of the solution. In these cases, we're kind of left with two options that don't really get us to a good place quickly. On one hand, you can start with a demo from a manufacturer, but it's not going to be able to get you out into the market. So what is Avocado and how do we solve this? Well, Avocado is a simple production-grade Linux. We're built on top of Yocto. I like to say that I build Yocto so you don't have to. And what we do is we created a software development kit and a CLI and suite of tools that lets your application developers be able to build and ship and deploy applications into a variety of different devices quickly. You can even retarget and retool without having to completely rebuild the entire world each time. Usually it goes like this. You start with Yocto, you start building for your development kit, proof of concept gets built and created, and then all of a sudden it's time for you to be able to move to some more production-ready instance of it. And you find yourself having to now maintain and build an entire new version of that operating system just to be able to switch over to that new platform. With Avocado, you can retarget and retool things quickly without even having to do any additional work. It's a matter of minutes instead of a matter of months. So what does it look like? We take partnerships that we have with a variety of different hardware vendors, off-the-shelf SOM solutions, and even integrators, all the way up to silicon. And we build all of the BSP and vendor support for those targets. You create what you need to be able to put into your own extensions using our packages that are pre-built at build time. So that way you can create deterministic, immutable runtimes ready for production and scale. Everything is lightweight, and it doesn't require that you have to use containers, which sometimes can be a real performance hit of an overhead. You want to be able to have that native feeling and ship accelerated applications that are really powerful in the field, then you should be able to do it with this integrated perspective. You can do things quickly with our systems that you couldn't really do on others, like hardware in the loop development. Really quickly, you can link in from your development workstation over to the running target, the ability for you to quickly rebuild on your host and instantly see the changes on your target. We reduce a lot of the time in the market. Your application developers will be able to use the tools quickly. Start with a new project by just calling avocado init and avocado install, and that downloads all the packages and starts building your runtime for you to be able to use. Our SDKs are portable and can be used across macOS, Windows, and Linux environment, not requiring that you have a specific version of Ubuntu to be able to get started. This is something that's really complex when it comes to offerings like NVIDIA, where they require that your hardware development tools be workstations that have explicit requirements like Ubuntu versions or software packages pre-installed. This means that your developers can actually use any platform that they want to get started. When you're ready to be able to ship to your pilot, you can see that we break apart the cycle that slows down developing teams. Usually application developers will get slowed down by integration when it comes to getting their applications onto devices. They'll have to go through real long rebuilds or deal with systems and engineering teams that need to then do the last mile integration. With Avocado, you can actually take your applications and ship them right to the target without having to be able to go back and do long, tedious recompilation steps using Yocto. This can all be done also with the hardware in the loop system. And then with Peridio Core, you can take that extension that you've created and instantly start deploying it out to the field to hundreds, thousands, or way more devices at scale. This architecture allows you to be able to do some more isolated deployments for new extensions. You can update just what's changing and not have to do complete monolithic rebuilds and redeploys. And you can also target specific groups via geological or geographic regions, or even be able to isolate things so that you can test and roll out with canary deployments and get the confidence that you need to be able to ensure that you're not going to break the product in the field. Some of the most challenging targets that we've seen people having to work with were solutions from NVIDIA or Qualcomm, and we make that easier. Working with these partners, we ended up being able to create a system that, using the same tools that you've just seen, makes it easy to be able to get up and running and building pretty quickly. So if you want to be able to start doing edge AI and physical AI today, you can reach for one of these dev kits and be able to get up and running with the tools and start playing with computer vision applications, machine learning, whatever your product or your problem ends up needing. If you want more information, it would be great. Come and talk to us over at S7. We're in the startup area, and we love to be able to have more conversations about what you're working on and how we might be able to be helpful with that too. So follow us up on Discord. You can get us at peridio.com and join our Discord, be able to get into the loop and have access to more help and feedback. Avocado OS is an open source offering, so if you want to be able to jump in and pitch in to be able to try things out and be helpful, there's a live variety of people that are on our Discord channel being able to push that forward, and you can check the project sources out as well at Avocado Linux on GitHub as well. Thanks everyone, and see you soon.